Check this.
Well, hello, everyone. This is Lee Bailey. Good afternoon. It's 4:30. It is time for Be Encouraged. Okay, listen. I got my book of wisdom. We're going to hit that right now. And then we're going to have superstar mastermind Mr. Billy Riley on in a second here. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In case you were surprised. Let me read it again to you because it is good. Very wise. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love to serve, and you're great if you serve. How about that? And Billy Riley can speak to that because he is a servant himself. He's an awesome guy. What you love is a sign from your higher self of what you are to do. Well, I know Billy loves drinking. No, I'm kidding. But that's why he's a bartender. Anyway, no, he loves bartending. That's why I don't know what to say about that. Let's bring him on, though. Here he is. Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, Lee?
Oh, not a lot, man. Not a lot. I just, it's one of those last second things. I'm like sitting here and my scheduler didn't get me scheduled today for anybody. So
that's all right.
Rambling a little bit. How you doing?
Well, we got a lot going on for Monday night, so we're pretty excited. We've got 3 guests coming on for our Nova Nation show.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting people talking about good things going on in the restaurant industry. So
I was going to ask you that. How's everything looking now that we've been opened up for a week?
Good.
How's everything in phase 2?
Everybody's coming along. Inside is still going to be slow for a long time. So, there's things that need to be done for precautionary measures. Everybody's still a little skittish. But the decks and the outsides are doing well. And Andrea Corey, who's got a great Facebook page going called Patio Dining. It's covering all the outside places, is doing a really good job with that.
Cool.
One of the people that we'll have on is Sal Spies, also from Chow Astoria, who's going to talk about his outside deck and his fabulous fundraising effort. He's fed over 30,000 people. So we're excited to have him on, specifically him.
Yeah.
And to get behind his causes. And then, of course, Tony Anzalone is going to come on to talk about the microbial fogging and the importance that's going to have. The fogging.
I was going to say microbial bombing.
That's right.
But it's kind of the similar thing. Yeah. The fog. The fog. And then hopefully Corey Brim's going to come on and talk about some of the marketing promotions he's got going on out there. And, some of his involvement. He toured around to a lot of the BLM protest.
all that. So we'll get a good view from a restaurant guy that's involved in that. So
yeah, we had Dennis Stanley on yesterday, I guess. Dennis Stanley, he was awesome from Chantel's Bakery.
Right.
He was fantastic. I loved having him on. And then today, Billy, I'm watching one of these. My daughter is watching Cupcake Wars or something like that. I don't know. But some young lady named Chantel was on there. Kind of looked like Dennis. And I'm like going, because, he named his bakery 26 years ago or whatever, named it Chantel's after his daughter. So it looked like she would be right at the right age. I don't know. I'm going to have to hit up Dennis and ask him if his daughter ever did the baking thing they have on Netflix. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, Billy, talk to me about, so we've got lots of people doing their deck. I saw Anita's over at Rolling Valley Mall's got a nice setup outside.
Yeah, everybody, and that's not going anywhere. That's going to be clear through the fall.
Absolutely.
And some of them will be heated outside. People are just skittish about going back. First of all, being around crowds, and second of all, being back in the business, being back inside, going into places. Unfortunately, the restaurant's going to take the worst of all this hit, and it's sad. It's sad what's happening, but I understand it, and
well, I think one of the things we're going to see going forward is that some of these businesses might leave that outside. This gives them more tables for their service.
Right. It all depends on the permitting and places.
Right. And they've relaxed the permitting, yes, to give the outside dining for the temporarily.
That's correct.
Okay.
But, the places that are doing it, there are businesses there that will reopen. They're going to need those parking spots at some point.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. It's going to be
especially in Fairfax.
Yeah, it's going to be sketchy on how all that goes down, but we're excited to see it all, and I'll certainly be covering it all. And yes, out there drinking it all. So everything I can be at and get at, I'll be at.
I was gonna hit you up. I love it. You're so beautiful, man. So pretty. You saw me write that on your thing, right? Pretty.
I saw it. That's funny.
So let me ask him. Ornery is in the same place that Green Turtle was in, right?
That's correct.
Okay, because I used to love going to Green Turtle because I could go into that parking garage, pull up right on their level, right at the front door.
And everybody's open now. The Wine House is open. Zandra's is open. Potbelly is still doing takeout. Bombay Bistro is open, and then Ornery, of course. And they're doing okay out on the decks.
That's cool. Yeah, so that whole area where they're sharing it with the other people that are right in that little area.
Little courtyard, right.
Yeah, little courtyard. That's a good place for that.
Old Firehouse, the Old Chabine, Hamrocks, High Side, Coyote Grill. Fairfax is open for business.
Where's Old Chabine setting up their deck? In the back?
Out back in the little alley down by the dry cleaning store, which is not open yet.
There's a little teeny parking lot there, right?
Right. Correct.
Okay, that's where I used to park.
Between there and Woody's.
When I used to go to Old Chabine, I used to park in that little back spot because, well, it really wasn't monitored, and there's no way for them to know I didn't work there or something. Anyway, but it doesn't matter. I'm being sneaky. But yeah, I used to park right there because, well, and another thing is I had my handicap tag because at the time I was really struggling with air and breathing, and I had my oxygen and all that kind of stuff, So, I mean, there's a little bit of entitlement to park in that spot because I don't have to walk so long. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So, okay. So everybody's doing. Who do you think's doing the best business right now? You think?
I still think the takeout places are really strong. The people that came at that really strong and are doing their own, doing their own deliveries, doing delivery services, and making sure all that's going are doing really strong. We got a place here in the city called Coyote Grill. She's just been killing it. She's had some of her best business with the takeout. So she's back up and running. She's got about 25 tables. So she's up and going pretty good.
Outside, she's got some outside tables?
Yeah, and PJ Skidoo's is back up and running strong out here. Julie Basin in Vienna. Obviously, South, Speasel, and Chow Astoria. Both of the Ashburn pubs. Bungalow Lake House probably are the places that are killing it the most. Large outside spaces.
Because Coyote Grill can do that because they have so many parking spaces that are very close by that people can park in. So they can take out the front of their restaurants and make that all seating.
We got the robots. And she's on the robot list. So those are doing really cool.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I gotta check that. I love seeing those little guys running around the city.
I know they got 9 cameras on those things. Somebody's doing a lot more than delivering food.
Hello. Well, but you know what, man? We've been talking about all this policing stuff. That's it's great. Just let the robots go and just kind of be the watchmen,
Hey,
and when you see something happening,
don't worry about me. I'm delivering food.
That's exactly right.
Big brother, baby.
Hey, man, you know what? If you ain't doing, I don't do stuff that I'm going to get in trouble for. You know what I mean? So
you don't know that.
I don't give no, come on, man. I mean, there's certain things that people
roll a red light.
If I roll a red light, then then it's on me. I've never argued with a cop.
Parking correctly. I don't know. That's a whole nother show one day.
Yeah, I know. We'll
get all our conspiracy theorists. We'll get all our conspiracy theorists on here.
What we'll have to do is we'll just get some. What we'll do is we'll make those little robots have a little ding, ding, so you hear them coming, so you can stop dealing drugs when you think they're on their way to coming to buy you or something like that. Not you, Billy. I'm just saying, people. The criminals out there, that criminal element.
Correct.
Yeah, we can warn them. I don't want to warn them.
I know a bunch of them also.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Well, I know several that were in that business. So
all right. Well, I'm looking forward to Monday. I got emails coming your way. These are going to be really good people. Great conversations for you to have with them and what they're doing. I'm trying to get Doug Sunderland on here so he can do a quick pop in to talk all about the Chugs. It's the Facebook page that's got about 10,000 people and people all over the country doing a quick chug of beer on what they've got going on. It's
nice. Talking about
creative things going on. We're going to try to get Kelly Gunderman back in from VIP Magazine. We'll have Senator Peterson on again to update us one more time, and then we'll have I'm going to have a couple doctors on. They're going to talk to us about what's actually happening out here in the disease. In case you're a locked in worldwide CNN watcher and MSNBC and WAPO reader, and that's where you're getting all your info.
I just re-signed up. Verizon has a deal where if you sign up for their $50 level, you give them 5 of your favorite channels, and the system will create the rest of the channels. So, like if you say ESPN, it's pretty much going to give you sports channels, no problem.
Right.
If you say Food Network, it's going to give you all the cooking and all the other channels, whatever.
Right.
So I did that today, and we had our 5 favorite channels. I said to Mary, my wife, I said, should we put down a news channel so it'll give us news stuff? And she goes, which one do you want to do? I go, never mind. I don't want to do it. I don't want to see any of that crap. CNN, Fox News, whatever. Yeah. I'll watch the local news.
I think people are getting very hip to the fact. Hey, listen, the gentleman that created this, Randolph Hearst, Patty Hearst's grandfather, way back in the day, created
the news
network.
Right.
And when that happened, the people that have the news they control the message.
Yes, sir. And
when the message gets out there,
that's right.
Hey, listen, I got plenty of friends that work at CNN.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
One of the guys is a Jay McMichael, fabulous cameraman. I mean, he's seen world events you can't even dream of, and he's been
correct. Yeah.
And it's a lot of the things they do. The 24-hour network is incredible, but you can't have an agenda and slant and do things. I mean.
My favorite to watch was McNeil Lehrer because they were journalists, and that means they covered any issue on all sides.
Right.
And they reported all sides and let you choose which side you want to line up on.
Right.
And
you don't get that today.
No, and Jim Lehrer said that. He said, if you've got a side that you're running, you're not a journalist. Even if you're reporting the news, people think just because they report the news that they're journalists. Not if you're skewing it. If you're skewing it, you're not a journalist.
Right.
Flat out.
Right. So you're getting mixed message, and the division is real. It's not just a game anymore. It's
No,
not.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
black
But
white division, left.
that's why we have
right
Nova
division.
Nation, man. That's why we're doing Nova Nation.
We're gonna sort it out.
Yes, sir. We're gonna sort it out
for you.
We'll let you know who all the bums are. If there's a bum, we're going to tell you who he is or who she is.
That's right.
And but mostly we're going to tell you who's the right people to follow, who are the right people to listen to, where you're going to get your authentic messages from.
That's right.
And we're going to start with us. We're going to give you authenticity. We're going to tell you
never going to get anything skewed from us. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good ththings out there. I'll tell you, Lee, my best lesson that I'll cover a lot on Monday too, before and during when we bring Corey Brim on, because he was instrumental, and my friend Derek Pearson, radio broadcaster in Nebraska, a sportscaster that I love, Otis Livingston in New York, and sportscaster's son played for George Mason, O. Livingston Jr. The facts are this. There certainly is an issue with BLM. There's an issue.
Sure.
There is secular racism. There's all kinds of things that are going on.
Sure.
So, I battled until I had to research, considerable amount of, white privilege and what your thoughts are with it. And you have to own it. You have to be able to say that these are the facts,
right?
And the facts are real. Okay, Confederate statues. Who gives a shit? Put them in a museum. Right. I don't care. It's not changing history. It's evolving history.
Yeah.
All of that. But the problem, it wasn't in that. I'm not getting down to the integral part of what it is and how it is. My problem was my silence.
Yes.
Silence.
That's
right. I
right.
have a large message. I reach a lot of people. And it's not that my message or my words are what's important. It's just the message.
Yeah.
It's what I want to get out and portray. And my silence was contributing to part of the problems. So I have chosen to deal with it that way. And I feel better about it, and I'm more open about it. And I don't know. Then you have, obviously what happens, out in Minnesota, and then you have what just happened in Atlanta, Georgia.
Right.
And then I watch the videos, and one is blatant, and then the other is, oh my gosh, what did they do wrong? And where are all
Well, no, I'll tell you, the one you're talking about, the only problem I have with that whole thing is there's no reason to shoot somebody running away from you.
Yeah,
I absolutely, unless you see, I took criminal justice.
Right.
Okay. And the only way that you are allowed to shoot somebody running away from you is if they are going to be someone causing imminent danger. Correct. You're absolutely right, Billy. A lot of people don't realize that. But this guy, he's on probation violation. That's not imminent danger.
Right.
And he wasn't a murderer or anything.
When they're wrestling by the car and he's grabbing tasers and he's doing that kind of stuff,
sure.
I can understand right then.
Oh, right.
But not when he's running away. Let him run.
No, let him run. Or chase him down. Don't be lazy.
Right.
That to me, that sounds like I'm going to pull my gun because I'm lazy.
Right.
So start running.
This is going to be a landmark case. It's going to be a big deal. And I'm not going to, I don't think the show or you or I are going to get down to that end of it.
Nah, right.
But all in all, it has to be looked at. And it has to be, it's time. It's now time. And I don't know. It's going to be interesting world for the next, get through the election, see what happens with that.
Right.
I mean, I've got my feelings on that, but who knows? We'll discuss it. But we're here for informational purposes on, the restaurant industry, what's going on out here with some of our, key fundraisers and people that are doing fantastic work out here. What's going on and what's new? What's kind of happening in Northern Virginia?
Right.
What's the hot thing?
That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be
Fairfax,
talking about that. Yeah.
we're going to bring on some of the Fairfax County School Board. We'll bring on some of the city people and talk about what's happening. What's going on.
Yeah, no doubt about that. That's exactly what we're going to do. I posted a post on my Facebook when pretty much it was a couple weeks after the George Floyd thing happened, but it basically was speaking to exactly what you had just said. It's about, I'm not going to be silent anymore. There's been times where I've seen racial inequality, and I've stood up in front of it and said, no, back off. That kind of thing. I've gotten in the middle of it. Then there's been times.
I'm the same.
Well, but then there's been times when I've sat and not done anything when I've witnessed it. But I'm not doing that anymore.
And myself also. So that's a big, that's a step. It's a big step.
Yeah.
Doesn't going to fix anything, but it fixes me. And everything involved with change starts with you. So
that's exactly right, Michael Jackson.
So I'm going to jet.
The man in the mirror. All right, my friend.
That's right. The man in the mirror. What are you doing about the man in the mirror?
Exactly. Okay. Exactly.
That's right. So it all starts there.
That's right.
I'm excited about this, Lee. We're going to have
a
show. I'm looking forward to our new little program pieces and commercials for some of our sponsors.
I tell you what I'd like you to do, Billy. Get in touch with who our guests are going to be this Monday. And I'd like to, like today or tomorrow or this evening or tomorrow during the day, I'd like to do a trial run to make sure they know how to get into the show and get on it. All right?
You got it. Okay,
we'll talk to them and tell them what's going to happen on Monday, and we'll be all straight.
Nova Nation, Lee. We'll see you Monday night.
Roger that. Take care, buddy. Peace. All right, boys and girls, that was the man. Billy Riley. Billy Riley. He is the man. All right, folks. Yeah, that was good information. Are you guys excited? Are you mouth watering for some Nova Nation coming up? Yes, sir. I bet you are. Well, you should be. I don't know what that was. All right, folks. So that's where we're at Monday night. Nova Nation, man. We want Nova Nation to turn into just huge. We want it to be huge. I want to say hi to Clark Crawford. Clark, my friend, he was on the other day, if you remember. Kate Spears, thank you for calling in or checking the old thumbs up. And Meg Southard. And then, of course, Tura Arsala. I have not been looking at comments while I was talking. And I'm so shocked to see that the majority of them are Meg Southard and Tura Arsala. Interesting. Yeah, Clark Crawford. Hey, Meg and Lee. Boom, boom. And also, all lives matter. That is true. They all do matter. That's not what Black Lives Matter is about, though. Black Lives Matter is just the movement, and they've kind of gotten away from saying, like, they're not trying to say that what it is this, folks, I think. And I'm a white man in a privileged neighborhood. I have friends that are part of the Black culture. I have immersed myself in part of the Black culture, so I'm more familiar than your average white guy, you might say. And I will tell you that my understanding, and I believe this to be true, that Black Lives Matter is no longer necessarily saying that they matter more than anybody else, nor did they ever say that, maybe necessarily. People took that to mean that, but that's not what, they're just still a movement. It's still a movement within our nation and our world, more in this nation, however, unfortunately, because there's been so much systemic racism in the United States. And that has to stop. We have to get up. We have to stand up with all of our brothers and sisters, white, black, red, yellow, green, purple. People of color especially have been run into the most of that. But also economic levels. There's people in the economic levels of all colors that are for sure prejudiced against. So that's what Black Lives Matter is standing up for. They're standing up for people of color and people who are in economic straits. They're having problems. It's been a something that they've dealt with their entire lives, and generation before them and so on. Why? Because I don't know. It's because someone chose to make themselves look better and chose to announce to the world that they were better than those women. They're better than the words are white trash. We know the N word, which is horrible. Now people are starting to do this whole Karen thing and starting to, and I know that that's basically the white privilege moniker. But, we need to all just love one another, folks. That's just huge. Being filled with love, we are, because it's been poured out on us like we can't imagine. But you know what? Find where it's been poured into and pour it back out onto somebody else. How about that? Does that sound reasonable? Does that sound like something you can do? Well, my friends, that's what I am imploring you to do. Okay? Accept the love that's being showered on you by other people and by God. I'm not afraid to step up and not be silent about who I trust as my Lord and Savior. But not everybody's there, and that's not my style. My style is not to jump into his face and say, "You need to be saved, boy." Nothing like that. I'm not going to do that. Because God loves you no matter where you are. And once you accept that and realize that and feel that, life gets better, man. It just does. So that's what we should be promoting more than anything else, I think, almost, is love. And we need to love because God is love. Love is God. You can't have love without God. You can't have God without love. So, but you can't have human beings without love, because that's the integral part of their makeup. Now, whether they're holding on to it selfishly, whether they can't find it in themselves because of how they were raised, because of things that may have occurred and happened to them throughout their lives, there's just no telling. And I guess I got a little preachy because people stopped watching. So I'm going to stop being preachy and I'm going to stop the show. It's time for me to roll out, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in for us today on Be Encouraged. You guys encourage me. I appreciate, except for when y'all start dancing off the show. I was getting a little redundant, though. All right, folks. Thanks so much for watching the show today. Billy Riley, thanks for coming on and saving me a little bit. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody, folks. So don't forget, you can listen to any of these programs on our YouTube channel, More Joy Media YouTube. And also you can watch my page, the More Joy Media page has all these shows. You can watch them, and if you're interested in looking at some of these Be Encouraged programs, all of them are on More Joy Media. You can go check it, More Joy Media on Facebook. Check it out, and you'll find the programs that are right there. Okay? We'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. God bless you.
Feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I'm saying that it feels right.
Oh, yeah. By the way, be encouraged. Okay? So God bless you and be encouraged. That's how I should sign out every single show. Don't you think? I think I should.